Hello, everybody, and welcome. Happy Pride Month. My name is Uyeki, and I'm the co-leader of Rainy Day. We are thrilled you've chosen to spend a little bit of time here with us. So a little bit about our group before we get started. The Rainy Day Artistic Collective, or RDAC for short, was founded in the summer of 2020 by myself and my longtime creative collaborator and best friend, Jack Conley. We started out with a small group of dedicated friends and collaborators engaging in a series of virtual monthly readings and discussions called Rainy Day Read-Throughs. Through these projects, our community has grown, and this same community has come together to bring you our second Queer Voices Festival. Our work focuses on prioritizing the amplification of marginalized voices in our community as we follow our company motto, Make the Theater You Wish to See. This festival is made up of Rainy Day members old and new, and every artist is doing this project purely for the love of theater, and we could not be more grateful for their time and talent. We can't wait to share their amazing work with you all, the audience. Please consider, if you haven't already and are able to, donating to the collective so we can continue to grow and bring more projects like this to the virtual stage in the future. Also, if you wish to be involved in future Rainy Day projects, please reach out to us at rainydayreview@gmail.com. So today's festival brings you 7 original short plays, all written and directed by queer and/or trans artists in the community. They range in topics from First Ladies to ancient Greeks, and some of the shows may include some adult language and themes. All title cards will include content warnings, so if you feel the need to step out at any time, please feel free to do so, and you'll be welcomed back into the stream when you return. We wish to create a safe and fun space for all attending. So now, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
That's only the start, Mrs. Roosevelt. Imagine the future. 3D newspapers, 3D magazines.
An alarming prospect. Some magazine covers are garish enough in 2 dimensions.
You saw last week's Time.
I could hardly miss it, Mr. Whalen. Your cartoon grin flashing out from every newsstand.
Well, I would have preferred a photo, but I'll take any publicity.
Even being caricatured as a pushy salesman.
Long as I make this the best World's Fair ever.
Chicago 33 set the bar high.
Oh, we've KO'd Chicago. There's a new reigning champ, New York 39.
You haven't even run for a month yet.
Yeah. Well, the crowds are pouring in. You must have seen the daily attendance numbers.
Yes, I stood gaping in disbelief.
Oh, those figures are audited.
I don't question their accuracy, but how you display them on a giant cash register.
We're building the world of tomorrow. Say so long to old-fashioned subtlety.
I'm no stick in the mud, Mr. Whalen. I embrace progress with open arms.
Oh, swell. Can we expect some enthusiasm for the fair in your column?
I write how I feel, and my current feeling is one of disappointment.
Oh, understandable. You've only paid a few short visits. Next time, stay a whole week.
I've seen enough of the cigarette-smoking robot to know there's very little real science, and enough carnival rides to know there's even less education.
Well, a fair has got to be entertaining.
It doesn't need burlesque dancers or half-naked sun worshippers.
Those are popular attractions.
My readers deserve more. If the fair isn't informative, I must inform them of that fact.
Wait, you're not going to discourage them from coming?
Unless you commit to making significant changes.
This is outrageous.
Don't underestimate my influence, Mr. Whalen. My day has over 4 million readers.
I'm always ready to adapt.
That's most reassuring.
It'll take some time to install new exhibits.
Of course. But get rid of the lewd activities immediately.
Oh, now, be reasonable, ma'am. There are signed contracts.
You have lawyers, don't you? I'm sure Yvette Dare could be persuaded to have her macaw remove her brassiere elsewhere.
Miss Dare is a respectable artiste.
Her parrot may be too, but they have no more business at a World's Fair than Gypsy Rose Lee would.
I take it you haven't visited the Hall of Music.
Don't tell me.
Now, Miss Lee's Streets of Paris routine is extremely tasteful.
It has no place here.
But Mrs.
Is
Roosevelt...
that clear?
Yes, ma'am. And the Amazons?
What do they do?
Oh, they fight each other with wooden swords.
Wearing?
Skimpy cardboard costumes.
Send them packing, if they have any clothes to pack.
What about the frozen alive girl?
I'll have Tommy send you a full list of performers whose services are no longer required.
Not too full, I hope.
Focus on the space you'll be freeing up for science and education.
Some visitors won't be happy.
Learning isn't always pleasant, as you're no doubt learning.
Eleanor! Lovely to see you.
Hello, Hick. How's the job?
Oh, much more exhausting than reporting on the White House.
Mr. Whalen, you were instructed to employ Miss Hickok, not overwork her.
And now I've given her 3 secretaries. Name another public relations manager with that much help.
Calm down, Chief. She's only ribbing you.
Mr. Whalen tells me he plans to revise the fair's use of exotic dancers.
I've come around to your idea too, Chief. The Llama Temple isn't pulling anyone in. Let's put a girly show out front.
Pardon?
I know you two are close friends. I'll leave you to catch up in private.
What's with him?
I've been giving him a piece of my mind.
Yikes.
I had such high hopes for this fair. I pictured new inventions relieving women of the drudgery of housework. Motorized strollers, ironing machines, self-vacuuming floors. But what's on offer? Sally Rand's bubble dance, bare-breasted swimsuits designed by Salvador Dali, and the Crystal Lassie's non-stop peep show with multiple mirrors providing views from every conceivable angle.
Oh, you always were the damnedest prude.
The housewives of tomorrow will thank me for taking a stand.
Uh-oh. What have you gone and done?
Made your job easier. You'll be able to promote the fair to families without blushing.
You know I never blush. Or have you forgotten already?
I don't dwell on the past, Hick.
Or even acknowledge it?
We agreed not to dredge this up.
No, we didn't. You dictated terms which I was obliged to accept.
You still haven't, though, have you?
If you want me out of your life, why do you write to me every day?
I never said I want you out of my life.
Just not within clinging range. A moment ago you said Grover was instructed to hire me. I always thought Tommy found me this job. Now I see she was only following your orders. You don't want me too close in Washington or way out of reach in Africa. New York is the perfect distance.
Control yourself, Hick.
Oh, you have that pretty much in hand. And I suspect you're controlling Grover too. What are you forcing him to do?
Dismiss unsuitable employees.
Let me guess. Women.
As it happens,
For what? Inappropriate attire.
to salvage the good name of the fair.
You said you want to help women. Do you mean only conventional housewives like you?
I'm hardly a conventional housewife.
You pretend to be one. That's the lie you let the world believe.
As First Lady, I must bow to the constraints of society.
Oh, Tosh, you love having a faithless husband that doesn't make any demands on you. Sham marriage suits you to the ground. You get universal acclaim for being a devoted wife and mother, while avoiding any ghastly intimacy.
I derive satisfaction from my work. I'm paving the way for the housewives of tomorrow.
What makes you think women in the future will be content to be housewives when we aren't? You, me, Tommy, and whoever else is your latest companion.
Your jealousy is unfounded, Hick. There's no one else.
Is there even me?
Surely my letters are sufficient proof.
Your letters. I know reporters that would give their right arm for them. Count yourself lucky I'm loyal to a fault.
I value your discretion.
I loathe your dishonesty.
Without my facade, I couldn't help anyone.
Yes, you could. All you have to do is leave Franklin. Come and live with me. If you put that in your column, you'll change the world.
Don't be ridiculous. No paper would print such a thing.
You don't know that for certain.
And mercifully, I never will.
You're a coward, Eleanor. Too scared to risk becoming less popular.
That's enough.
You could do more for women with one honest act than 1,000 hypocrisies.
I'm afraid I have to go now. I'm expected at the British Pavilion. I'll write to you tonight, as usual.
As if nothing happened here.
We'll find a new balance.
Will you at least let these poor women keep their jobs? Do me this one piddling favor.
Very well. I'll tell Mr. Whalen I've had a change of heart.
Shouldn't be too difficult for you. It'll only be one more lie.
My audience is waiting.
Kiss me.
No, never again. I'll write to you tonight. And every night.
Your show never closes.
It's not a show.
Your public life is all a sham.
Sham must go on.
There's my rival. The world. I don't stand a chance, do I?
You come close. Far too close.
Hey, Blake, I've been thinking about us, and I'm really sorry it has to come to this. Seriously, I am. I could have sworn when I met you that it was love at first sight, but
Really? Love at first sight? That's what you're going to go with? You can't even remember when we first met.
Shit, she'd tear that apart. Hey, Blake, I'm so sorry, but we need to end things. I know this is sudden, but now's the right time. This may be hard, but please know that everything happens for a reason, and
Wow. How long did it take you to come up with that one?
okay, I'm overcomplicating this. Let's just keep it simple. I'm sorry.
You got rid of the, hey, Blake. Harsh.
I think we should break up.
You didn't even try to sugarcoat it.
It's not you. I promise.
Gee, I wonder what's coming next.
It's really not. It's
Oh, let me guess. Is it me?
me.
You know what really sucks about this? It's not even that you broke up with me. It's that fucking line. Anything would have been better than that. Any other classic breakup cliche. But no, you chose the blandest in the book.
I'm sorry. I really am.
And the thing I'm still so confused about is why you even sent that text in the first place. Why choose that moment to call it off? Guess there wasn't room in the message for an explanation. We should keep our
Distance for a while. I think that would be best for both of us.
That last part didn't work out too well for you, did it?
Can we just focus on the project?
I mean, what are the odds that we'd be partnered up? Apparently higher than you think.
I really don't want to talk about this right now.
And I didn't want to get dumped over text. Sometimes things don't work out.
Wow, you're so funny. I already said sorry, so maybe you could stop rubbing it in and use that creative energy to come up with a good cliche for the assignment.
Let's take one from your breakup text. It'll save us time.
Blake, please. I just want to get over with this. Once we're done, we don't have to talk anymore. So focus, please.
Fine. Project Uncliche the Cliche. What does that even mean?
Maybe if you actually paid attention in class, you'd already know.
I'm sorry, but I haven't been focused recently. Can you guess why?
Good one. We have a story to write that uses a classic cliche without being so.
Cliche,
Exactly.
so we can pick any one we want?
Well, our theme is love.
Fitting. Did you get it? Because we were in love until you shattered my heart for no reason.
I got it. Okay, what about you had me at hello? Oh, we could write some sort of meet cute scene or
Let me guess. It would start with one of the characters saying, hello. Original.
are you gonna do this the entire time?
Do what?
Turn down every one of my ideas just to make a point.
I didn't turn down your idea. I just said it was predictable.
Cliches are predictable.
Our project shouldn't be.
Fair point. Okay. How about there are plenty of fish in the sea?
Lies.
Well, it doesn't have to be true. It just has to be a cliche.
Doesn't mean it's not a lie. You know, I bet a straight man came up with this. Only a straight man would have this sort of the dating world is my oyster mentality. It's not realistic.
Well, none of these are going to be realistic. We just need a story. Do you have any better ideas?
I do, actually. It's not you. It's me.
You know what? Fuck you.
Oh, no. Did I hit a nerve? What's the problem, Kira? It's not my fault that you chose the cliche of all cliches to dump me. And shouldn't we use the very best for our project?
Look, I know this situation sucks. It sucks for me too, but I wasn't trying to patronize you. I was only trying to soften the blow.
Then maybe you should have explained why you were ending things in the first place.
The reason doesn't matter, Blake. I just want to be done with all this, okay? With this class, with this school, and yeah, with you. So please, drop it.
Can I just ask you one more question?
One.
Was it you or me?
What?
In your text, you said, it's not you, it's me. So was that true? Was it really you? Or was it me?
It's complicated.
Oh, look, another cliche.
What else am I supposed to say to you?
The truth. Did we break up because of you or me? I get it. We're about to graduate in only a few weeks. We're going to be across the country from one another. There's no denying that the odds are against us.
See? You use cliches too.
And you're right. This was probably the perfect time for us to break up. But still, what prompted you to actually go through with it? And over text? Seriously?
I told you. It's complicated.
Why? Why is it complicated? I just don't get it. Why couldn't we have talked about this together?
Because you were already planning on dumping me.
Who told you?
Jay, he sent screenshots.
Oh, shit. Kira, I swear, I wasn't actually going to. This is all just a big misunderstanding.
No, it wasn't. You wanted answers, didn't you? Well, maybe if we looked back on your text instead, we'll actually find some.
Kira, please. I'm sorry, okay? I've officially dropped it. Let's just work on the project. Look, 10 love cliches that should be wiped off the face of the planet. That sounds promising.
No, you wanted to talk about this. Fine, we're going to talk about this. Found it from Jay 3 weeks ago.
You sat on this for 3 weeks?
How long were you going to wait? Maybe it'll say in here.
I don't want to relive this.
Join the club. But this is what you wanted, right? The truth? So why don't we read what you were going to send together?
Hey,
Jay.
I'm thinking of ending it with Kira. I'm just not feeling it anymore. They say that you will know instantly when you find the one, but I'm not sure that Kira is my one.
Really? The one? On. That's not a thing.
Kira, what's the point of all of...
Keep going.
I think I need some space.
And you said my text was stale.
Kira is wonderful. She is. It's not the...
Not. Oh, wait. I'm on the edge of my seat. What on earth could be said next?
It's not her. It's me.
Oh, look, our favorite line.
I know how bad this sounds.
Do you? Because you just spent the past 5 minutes giving me shit for doing the exact same thing you were planning on doing. What were you so mad about? The fact that I got there first? Or the fact that you weren't the only one having doubts?
Kira, I'm so sorry.
I know. If we're done talking, maybe we should just get back to work, finish the project.
And after that?
After that,
What happens with us?
what was always going to happen? We'll graduate, we'll move away, start our separate lives.
That's it? 3 years together and then nothing? We just never speak again?
Maybe. Or maybe not. Who knows? I might be wrong. Maybe we'll move apart, but then realize that we miss each other, that life isn't the same without our other half, and all that bullshit. Or maybe one day we'll try to recreate what once was. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we shouldn't. Because no matter how hard we try to push those thoughts away, we'll always remember what went wrong just as much as what went right. The bad times will always be there. And we can't change that. We can't cover it up with titles of first love. All we can do is learn from them. And right now, all we can do is finish the project and move on. It might be cliche, but that's all we can do. We won't gain anything by replaying the past. We have to just move forward.
I'll miss you.
I know. But we got to let each other go.
That's it. That's our cliche. If you love someone, let them go.
The classic. I like it. It's very us. So, how should we start the story?
I think I have an idea.
Am I holding the blue marker?
Bring it closer to your camera. Let me check. Yeah?
You don't sound so sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It's not blue.
How about this one?
Yeah, that's blue.
Oh, man, I feel like I'm the sighted one here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's a joke. It's nice to joke sometimes. Well, I should let you go then.
Is there anything else I can help you with today? Sorry, we're supposed to ask that even if we weren't very helpful.
Nope, I'm good. And you were helpful. Thank you. Are you okay?
I mean, yeah, you know.
It's funny. Ever since I found this app, I never thought people would actually volunteer. You must have other things you'd be doing right now, something more fun than this.
I kind of like it. Why does anyone volunteer?
Guilt, usually. I'm Salome, by the way.
I'm Rhea. She, her, hers.
Same.
I don't think we're supposed to give personal information on this thing, but I think first names and pronouns are okay, and marker preferences.
Your name, it suits you.
Oh, thank you. I chose it when I transitioned. It means flowing. Some people don't think I look like one.
Well, that's an awful thing to tell someone.
It's probably just code. You know, folks use that to sound polite or just the opposite.
You sound like one to me.
I do? What does Rhea sound like?
Full of life, a little anxious. Maybe they always go together. I can't see you, remember? I don't know if you're smiling or sticking out your tongue.
I'm sorry. I forget sometimes.
Most language is nonverbal. Once I started losing my sight, I realized how quiet everything got in a loud room.
Wow. I never thought about that.
I swear, if you tell me I'm brave, I'm reporting you on this thing.
I'm just imagining.
Well, thanks again. You saved my daughter from having a meltdown. She's in her blue period like Picasso.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad to help.
And what's your face saying right now?
Kind of staring off into space, but not like Picasso. I mean, it's actually been like 32 weeks.
Since you've been volunteering?
Since I've left my house at all. Way before the rest of the world joined in.
That's a long time.
That's why I like the virtual. I mean, the more I showed the real world, the real me, the less real I felt inside. I mean, sometimes I wonder if I just started sooner, let everyone get to know me, Rhea, when I was younger. Maybe it's too late now. I think I lost it.
Lost what?
My chance. When folks look at me now, there's too many ghosts of who they remember and not who they see.
So how do you...
Lots of delivery. And I talk to a ton of different people on this thing every day.
What about friends, family?
Well, they stop asking after a while. I mean, especially when they don't understand what you need.
I get it. I think I do, at least. I'm unique in my family, too. I spend a lot of time educating and re-educating, and it's exhausting.
Or explaining something they saw on the news.
Yes, or thinking I need help with everything when I don't. It makes it that much harder to ask when I actually do need something. That's why I like this app. It's just easier with a stranger.
Salome, what would you say to a stranger who did need help but didn't really know what to ask for?
I guess I'd follow my instincts. One night, Kara couldn't sleep. She watched something that I only turned off after I heard the score. You know what kind of a movie it is that way. There's always a soundtrack, even in real life. And now she couldn't sleep because she was afraid that there'd be something in her bedroom in the dark hovering above her bed. So I made up this fairy tale, basically that ghosts are real and everywhere all the time. But just like people, some are good and some are more complicated.
Did it help?
Metaphors and allegories are lost on preschoolers, so no. Ghostly spirits are still enemy number one. But she does come to me now when things don't feel right, so there's that.
Yeah, I used to read them. I love fairy tales.
Oh, well, did you want me to tell you the story?
No, of course not. That'd be silly.
There once was a girl named Kiki who lived in the most outer reaches of space, far beyond any visible planets that our telescopes on Earth could see.
Fairy tales aren't set in space.
Do you want to hear this or not?
Sorry.
And Kiki lived there with her space cats in a special colony.
Ugh. I hate cats.
Rhea.
Sorry. Continue.
Every day before taking their afternoon nap, the cats would go about the daily routine. Bathing, hunting for food, bathing, territory rumbles, bathing, and the pre-nap walkabout. Kiki would join them, but as the only human, there were certain things that Kiki couldn't do. She couldn't fall from great heights and land gracefully on her feet. She couldn't purr. She couldn't run at great speeds. And there were also things that they could see that she couldn't. Cats are notorious for seeing things that no human possibly could.
It's freaky when they just stare at nothing.
Exactly. At least at nothing we can see. So one night, Kiki was asleep in her space cabin, but she awoke to the feeling that something was nearby, watching. So she turned on the lights and couldn't see a thing, but still the feeling remained.
The cats, Kiki. Get the cats.
Yes. So Kiki went to her best kitty friend and had her investigate. Sure enough, the kitty stared in the same direction as Kiki did before.
I knew Kiki wasn't crazy.
But the kitty didn't attack it. Instead, she curled in a ball and took a nap on Kiki's bed.
Good for nothing cats.
No, it was a good thing. Kitty was able to see what she couldn't.
That not all ghosts are bad?
That was the point for my daughter. Everyone's ghosts are different.
Mine all go by a dead name.
Mine could check expiration dates on food and find blue markers without an app. But it's always been me, no matter what people see when they look at me now.
You make me want to read more fairy tales.
That's what I love about them. They're always, meaning is always fluid and changing.
Well, I should let you go.
Oh, I've been keeping you as long as you've been keeping me.
Well, who knows? Maybe next time you call, we'll get matched up again.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, so goodbye, Salme.
Goodbye, Ria. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Hello, my love.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Kind of drowning in work right now, but okay.
Me too. I'm glad we could find time to get lunch. It's been so hard lately.
It has. I'm sorry. I've been so busy.
No, you're all good. I've been super busy too. It's not just you. I'm glad I get to see you now. I've been driving or something and just think, I wish Betty was here right now.
I know. I was thinking the same thing yesterday when I was doing homework. I just wished you were there with me.
You can always text or call me.
I know, but I get nervous.
No! I love when you text me.
I love it when you text me.
We should probably order.
Agreed. What do you want?
Oh, I get it. I can get it. What do you want?
But I asked you first.
Fine. Can I get a peppermint Americano, please?
Coming up. Here you go.
Thank you. How much do I owe you?
Nothing. This one's on me.
Betty.
What? It was like $5. You can get it next time.
Okay.
You're all good. Don't feel bad.
I know.
Oh, can I tell you something?
Always.
I've been seeing someone.
Oh. I thought you were taking a break from dating.
I was, but I ran into someone I had matched with on Bumble and like a month ago, and they asked me out.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
What is it?
Nothing.
You have your I'm gonna say something face.
Yes.
Yes.
You usually have more to say about the people I date, that's all.
And you usually tell me to shut up.
You're not wrong.
I know. How do you feel about them?
Who?
The person you're seeing.
Oh, I don't know. I finally feel like I'm ready to date again, and that's a weird feeling.
No, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
Of course, my love. I've actually been seeing somebody too.
Oh my gosh, and you didn't tell me?
Well, you didn't tell me.
Fine. Well, tell me everything.
It's not that big of a deal. We just went to go see a movie together and dinner. And we went to the zoo.
Wow, that's a lot of things. How are you feeling about it?
I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Why does that matter?
I don't know. Never mind.
Oh my gosh, I've been meaning to tell you. I was hanging out with Amanda the other day, and I was telling her that I was seeing you today, and do you know what she said?
What?
She was like, "So, are you in August? You know." And I was like, "No, I just adore her and miss her."
Oh my gosh. The same thing happened to me. I was talking to Eric and I told them that we were getting coffee today and they were like, "Is it a date?" And I was like, "No, we're just friends."
Right? It's so funny. I don't know why everyone thinks we're dating.
I know, it's hilarious. I don't get it.
I mean, it's not totally crazy, is it?
What do you mean?
I mean, I kind of get why people think that sometimes. It's just that we both constantly talk about each other and always want to hang out.
I guess so, but that's what friends do, right?
I guess. I don't know. I don't really do that with my other friends. Do you?
No. I guess not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it weird. I'm just saying that I can see how people can draw that conclusion.
No, for sure. Is that something that you would want
What?
to date?
Is that something you would want?
No fair, I asked you first.
I don't know.
So no.
Oh, that's not what I said.
Oh, yes?
I don't know.
Betty,
Yes.
do you want to go on a date with me?
Yes, please.
And then Aunt Mary nearly had a heart attack when Emily picked it up and ate it right off of the ground. Anyways, how is the wonderful world of college applications?
Oh, did I tell you that I'm applying to MSU? They have an amazing education program.
Oh my God, you better come here. I miss seeing you every weekend.
I planned on going out of state because you know how my mom is, but maybe I'd make an exception for my favorite cousin.
Oh, I'm flattered. Oh, I'll be right back.
Yes.
Okay, grab my drink. All right. Well, MSU is a big party school. Are you sure that you can handle it up here?
Ha! For your information, I snuck 2 sips of wine last year at Christmas service, so I'm kind of a bad girl now.
Living up to the daughter of a preacher reputation, I see. Well, I have a fake ID, so take that, goody goody.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously, take a look.
Oh my god, wow, this looks great. Except 27 is an interesting choice for someone who doesn't look a day over 12.
Can it, Skylar?
Do people actually buy into this?
Totally. I mean, I can get into pretty much any bar because my friends know a lot of the bouncers around here.
Oh, so you and your 27-year-old pals are out drinking beer every night and meeting handsome soccer dads?
No, not beer. Anything but beer. I mean, I'm convinced that people only pretend to like it. But I have met a few older boys on my excursions, and maybe I've had a few hookups.
How many is a few hookups?
It's none of your beeswax, Skylar. I'm just messing around.
I mean, you do your girl, rock on. I just want to make sure that you're being safe.
Yeah, I know, Mom. I mean, I know I was sheltered 2 months ago, but I'm figuring it out. Don't worry about me. I mean, I've got a good group of pals here to show me the ropes, and trusty Google's got my back. I mean, all I learned about sex in high school is just not to have it.
Public school isn't as bad. I mean, I know how straight sex works and how to put a condom on a banana and that I'm supposed to take birth control, but how does that help me? I will literally never get pregnant. They don't even mention gay sex, and if someone asks a question about it, they're not allowed to answer.
That is so messed up. I mean, my first time was such a hot mess. I mean, I knew nothing. I didn't even know how a condom worked, but some BuzzFeed article covered that one, just Catholic schoolgirl problems.
Are you sure you're being safe? I mean, you're experimenting and figuring things out, which is great, but you know how people put fake news on the internet. I just don't want you to take a bad advice and wind up pregnant.
I'm fine, Skylar. I always double check my sources. Plus, I know to always be safe. I swear.
I'm just looking out for you. At least my school talks about contraceptive and STDs.
Well, 1 point for public education then. I mean, I'll be okay, Skylar, I promise.
Okay, I trust you. I think I hear my... 1 sec. Well, at least you have a group of friends that know what they're doing. I'm the only person in my friend group that's gay.
Thanks.
I mean, my school has a Prism club that teaches LGBTQ plus sex education girls, but...
Wait, a prison club?
No, Prism club. It's like LGBTQ plus and allies club. You know, like a prism where they shine a light at one side, but it comes out the other side as a rainbow. I feel like they should have just called it the Gay Straight Alliance, like they do at every other school. But whatever, they weren't trying to be artistic.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Another point for public school, I guess. Anyways, they teach sex ed cards, but you need a parent signatures. And my parents think I'm going to a Bible study club every Wednesday, so...
Wow, and the Oscar for Best Liar goes to Joey Klein.
Thank you. I just don't know what to do at this point. Like, I want to go out, but I can't come out to them. Not now, at least.
Come on, they're getting better, right?
No, not really. They probably kick me out.
No, your dad would never let that happen. Like, yeah, he's a pastor, but he's way more chill than your mom is.
He may be a little more accepting, but my mom will never allow that. You remember my friend Todd?
The brunette kid who you went trick-or-treating with that one year? The dog chased you down the Anderson's driveway? Okay.
Yep. Well, he came out as gay last year, and my mom told me he wasn't allowed to come over anymore, even though we were working on a school project together. She locked the door before we got home and literally forced us to work on it outside. When it started raining, we had to ride the bus to his house to finish it, because she still won't let us in.
Damn.
Life would be so much easier if we were sisters. Your parents are so cool.
Yeah, but I still think...
My mom won't even speak to her own brother because he brought his boyfriend to Christmas dinner 4 years ago.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to dismiss anything you were saying.
Oh my gosh, Joe, you're fine. She doesn't show that side of herself outside the house. She always plays the lovely dopey mom role at family holidays. You're really okay.
I'm sure it must be hard.
I mean, I've always had to hide that part of myself. It's fine, I guess. I just hope one day I will be able to tell her.
Okay, well, when the day comes, I will be right by your side through every step, okay?
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Of course. Anything for you.
Wait. Anything?
Of course.
Could you do me a favor?
For sure. What's up?
So this is the permission slip for my prison sex ed card.
Wait a minute. Skylar,
Can you forge my mom's signature?
That's crazy, Sky. Why can't you just do it?
My school never taught me cursive. I can barely sign my own name. Please, I have a picture of my mom's signatures if you want to look at it.
Skylar, I mean, you're putting me in a hard position here. I support you and I want to help you, but if your mom finds out, then we're both screwed.
No, I could tell her I forged it. Please, Joey, I really need you.
This is a little bit crazy for me.
You have a fake ID and you're hooking up with randos. What's so crazy about this? You need a better sex ed. Help me get one.
Look, Skylar, I love you, but this is an issue between you and your mom, and it's not fair of you to drag me into it. I don't want to get you in trouble, Sky. Like, well, what if I sign this and the school sends some kind of confirmation email to your parents about you being in the group?
That wouldn't happen.
Skylar,
Joey, please.
Look, I don't want the rest of this weekend to be awkward.
Then don't make it awkward.
Sky.
What do you suggest I do then?
Google it.
Not a guard in sight. Nathan? Really now? So stereotypical. I bet they call the guards if you step on one. Oh, you are beautiful, aren't you?
Come on, god damn it, Shrike. Of course you're here.
At last, Magpie, my mortal enemy. We finally plan a heist on the same night.
This was not intentional, I swear. I just had today penciled in as a good day to finally pull the Amberly Amber heist.
Get out of my way and let me steal the Amberly Amber. And your pretty little head will live another day.
I don't get off that easy. I can hit you from across the room with my eyes closed if I wanted to. I'd let you get away with the Phoenix Crown Caper and the Monte Carlo Michaelette swindle. I have had the Amberly estate on my to-do list for at least a year.
Well, I too have had Amberly at the top of my list for a year. So great minds think alike. Ducky.
Ducky, I'm a magpie, not a duck. Ducks don't steal shiny objects.
You'd be surprised. Farm animals are notorious troublemakers. Enough with the bird talk. We have each other at gunpoint, and there doesn't seem to be an easy way out of this.
My trigger finger is twitching. You know how good a marksman I am, Shrike. One click, and I could stop your heart and take the Amberly Amber for myself.
Let's make this fun, shall we? We have 2 minutes to settle who gets the Amberly Amber, and if we don't, we'll either shoot at one another and see who survives, or we get counted out by the guards. So, who are you to say you're worthy of making off with the Amber?
Well, if you must know, I was the one who nicked the Earl of Duxtonby's Ming China Swan under cover of moonlight. I knocked out 30 guards using my bare fists and a single cup of tea laced with nightshade.
All for that paltry ornament? That's nothing. The theft of the tapestry of Lady Marblemont from the famous Marblemont Museum. All me. Just a smoke bomb.
That dusty thing? Nothing compared to the tiara of Duchess de Oliver. I cross-dressed as a schoolboy touring the de Oliver estate with a bunch of children on a class outing and used a crossbow laced with tranquilizer to subdue the butler, the maid, and 2 security guard dogs guarding the Duchess's private chambers.
And let me guess. She kept the tiara in her underwear drawer.
How did you know?
She had 2 tiaras once. I made off with the first one years ago. Did it with only a couple of poison darts I made by secretly extracting toxins from frogs.
Oh, fuck you, Shrike. Always trying to one-up me. Last hit. How much longer have we got? I hate stalling.
Another minute, I'd say. You still haven't given me good reason as to why I shouldn't just shoot you and be on my merry way yet.
Oh, let's see. The bloody eye of Horus. The naturally orange diamond from ancient Egypt that was kept under lock and key in the depths of the Oxford Archaeological Archives, said to hold a curse from a pharaoh who was betrayed by a loved one.
That was you?
Yes, Shrike. That was all me.
The papers said they found no signs of foul play. Well, this is impossible. How could clumsy, violent you be the one who stole the bloody eye? No one has seen it in months. It wasn't ever on my list because I know the security there is brutal. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
So you admit it. You're not as good as me. I'm speechless. Hand over the amber, Shrike. I win.
My partner works at the Archaeological Archive.
Your partner?
Yes. My partner. My girlfriend. She's a librarian at the archive.
I didn't realize the Shrike had a soft center under all those steely feathers. And besides, I'm just showing Bloody Eye off. I didn't steal it for myself. I stole it from my partner.
Your partner?
My partner, my girlfriend. She works at the Science Museum, Amphibian Department. And as a matter of fact, I stole the...
They're almost here.
Enough talking of romantic lives, Shrike. You've tripped the alarm. They're almost here, and you've lowered your gun. I win. Finally!
Magpie? Maggie! You used your credentials to get into the vault and steal the bloody Eye of Horus? For me?
Scarlet? You used the poison from the frogs in the museum to steal the Oliver tiara from me?
Yes, my love. You really just used your day job to steal treasure for me? Oh, that's so romantic. How did I not put two and two together?
You did that too, you know.
Great minds think alike, I suppose.
God, you're so hot when you say stuff like that.
Do we just want to take these chunks and get out of here, Magpie?
I'd say so. The guards are almost here, and I'd rather not be arrested.
Shall I put a kettle on when we get home?
That sounds like a marvelous idea, Shrike. Going up!
I think I was 4 at your birthday.
There's no way it's been that long.
Well, I might have been 5. We were playing and your mom called over all the kids for presents. Don't you remember any of this?
Vaguely. All my childhood birthday parties have blended into one endless memory.
This one was memorable. You had a special crown and a special little chair. Don't you remember this? We were all supposed to sit crisscross applesauce in our party dresses on the floor, and you were going to be in the middle, but I stirred some shit up because I didn't want to do it.
But you don't stir up shit. This is a false memory. I'm calling it now.
Your mom kept asking me, don't you want to sit? She's always been like that, like timid.
Not always.
Most of the time. Instead of telling me like my mom would have, she was begging me. It was a question, but not a question.
She does that.
I can still feel it in my body, this weird place in my gut. The moment I realized it was the test.
It wasn't a test. She just wanted you to sit down, you weirdo.
I could hear my mom in my mind. Floors are dirty. Girls don't get dirty.
My mom cleaned the floors. If she did nothing else, she cleaned the floors.
Okay, maybe, but I didn't know that. So your mom moves me out of the way so I wouldn't be in the photos because I stood out too much, I guess. Even though nobody else should have been sitting either, at least according to my mom, who, per the Bible, was to be obeyed.
Yeah, your mum scared the hell out of me.
Me too. And the floor was just the first test. The second test was standing next to the presents, because you cannot stand next to presents as a 4-year-old and not want to open them. My memory of this part is creepy clear because I was concentrating so freaking hard and I could see the spot where the tape was coming loose and I wanted to know what was in there so flippin' bad.
I mean, that's normal though. Kids and cats, right?
Sure, but again, I had my mom in my mind saying, "You are a gift. You are a gift for your future husband. Don't let anyone open that gift early." I will remind you I was 4.
Oh, I didn't forget.
So I'm 4, and all that meant to me was that opening up the wrong gift was bad, and now the fact that I wanted to rip them all open so much terrified me to the point that I shut down because you're not supposed to want anything that much unless you're possessed by Satan.
Would explain a lot if you were.
Shut up!
You love me.
Yes, I love you. Shut up!
So you were saying you were possessed by Satan.
Yes, so I was convinced I was possessed until it was time for cake.
That's Satan for you, quick and efficient.
Chairs weren't dirty, to my knowledge, so I sat in the chair right next to you. You probably have pictures of those in the albums you brought from your house. We should go check them out when we get home.
We can look.
They're probably so cute. Just imagine our dumb little faces with frosting all over.
In some unnatural color that doesn't even occur in nature.
Yeah, and those stupid little candles that flicker like stars. I had never been so close to fire. It was the best day of my life.
And they haven't changed a bit.
So we sang and we clapped and they said, "Blow out the candles." And I remember I wanted to be obedient, so I blew them out for you. And it was fun and everybody laughed and then they were lit again and it was your turn and come on, you have to remember this is like iconic.
It's starting to come back to me.
Remember your mom kept lighting them and every single kid at the party wanted a turn. And in hindsight, the cake was probably covered in baby spit. But we ate it anyway, and we did the limbo or something. And then my mom came to get me.
I think it was the piñata.
Your mom right away told my mom the story, right? But my mom kept apologizing. She was humiliated. It was like your mom told her I'd taken a shit on the pizza.
Delicious.
So even though I passed the floor test and the present test, I failed the candle test. And therefore, I was dirty, terrible, and disobedient.
You were 4.
I cried so hard. I threw up cake. And neon blue vomit is maybe the only thing less ladylike than sitting on the floor. So I was locked in my room all night, praying to God for forgiveness for blowing out your birthday candle.
I thought this was the story of the day you fell in love with me.
It is. Because after all that happened, I thought everyone knew that I was the weird, blasphemous monster. But you still played with me on the swings the next day. I would have loved you, even if you were Satan.
Really?
Pretty sure. I would have loved you if you'd have been anyone in the whole wide world.
Anyone?
Anything.
Even an elephant?
Even an elephant. 2 elephants in a coat.
Are you sure I'm not?
All I know is that you're the person I love.
But after tonight, if you found out that I was 2 elephants in a trench coat.
Where would you even get a trench coat that big? That's just Occam's razor. Person size, person shaped thing is a person 9 times out of 10.
But 1 time out of 10.
If you're having cold feet, you can just tell me. Elopement was your idea. We can abscond dramatically in another day. We're pledged eternally, right?
I just don't know if saving yourself was the best idea. You haven't failed the present test, even after all these years. What if it's finally time to open it up and you don't like it, and now there's no receipt? I don't want you regretting this.
Hey, I'm the poster child for going slow. And if you think I'm not scared shitless, you got another thing coming. We'll figure it out, just like we always have. And our crazy moms don't get a say. Not that your mom would want to say.
My mom was assertive once, if you can believe that. I don't know what happened.
You don't have to forgive me if I find that hard to believe.
It was the day I was born, but it still counts. My dad was overseas, and she was alone. I can't imagine making you do something like that alone.
Well, good, because it's not happening.
My dad really wanted a boy. Big military man wanted a son. Go figure, right? I guess after going through that alone, she didn't want to disappoint him. Maybe she was afraid of being left alone again.
Well, they both got lucky then. Coin flip.
Not exactly. Wasn't luck.
What do you mean? Did she pray to a fertility god or something?
When I went home to grab the photo albums, my mum was there. I guess she finally figured out that we were going to tie the knot. She wanted to talk.
Just talk?
She asked if I wanted to talk. You're right about her. She can never just tell you anything. She asks permission. I almost said no, but she was being weird about it.
Oh, well, what did she say? We're not secretly cousins or something like that.
No.
So then what is it? I'm kind of freaking out.
She said that in the hospital, they told her that when babies are born with my condition, it's easier to assign them female at birth.
Like chromosomal?
Yeah, intersex condition.
Oh.
But she told them to do what they had to do. Make sure I was assigned male and that my dad never knew. It could have gone differently. And she never told me either. Not until last week. They assigned right. I think. I mean, I've never felt... And nothing's changed, but...
Wait. Okay. So...
If you decide that you want to wait or reconsider while the stakes are low...
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What do you think would have happened if you'd been assigned female?
I guess I would have been wearing a dress at that birthday party instead of a Spider-Man costume.
No, I mean, what would have happened to me? My mom would have disowned me.
What?
For loving you.
You think you still would have fallen in love with me if things had been different?
No, I don't think so. I know so. There is no reality in which I don't fall in love with you. You loved me when I was an abomination, and I already know what's underneath the wrapping paper. And it's everything I've ever wanted. It's good.
Even if it's 2 elephants in a trench coat?
Even if it's 3 baboons and a moo-moo.
4 dinosaurs in a Snuggie?
No, I draw the line at Snuggies. But anything else in the whole wide world I could love. I love you, okay? You.
I love you too. So, what do you think? Will you help me blow out my candles?
Every birthday for as long as we live.
That's us. What do you think? Can I finally get a look at my bride?
If you're ready.
I've been ready.
Count of 3. 1,
2.
3. Hi.
Were you sitting on the floor in that dress?
Well, I am a rebel. I made my choice.
In that case, shall we?